Hi, my name's Stalker, and my solo work is Ghost Trees. It's a personal story. It is my experience of coming to terms with the loss of my partner to cancer at the same time that the kauri trees surrounding our house were dying of kauri dieback. I found myself searching for meaning in these two concurrent events that almost seemed symptomatic of a deeper malaise around climate change, species extinction, increasing isolation, loss of identity. And in my journey of exploration, I discovered that science confirms the existence of an intelligent network of communication between trees. They have brain-like abilities in their root tips, sending chemical and electrical signals like neurotransmitters. They're able to form significant partnerships with fungi, exchanging carbon and nutrients, as well as the way that they nurture the young that grow around them. I just found this information extraordinary, and it opened my mind to the awe and wonder of life and to the remarkable intelligence behind it all. And from the darkness of grief, it brought me back into the light, and I was able to move forward with my life again. The play looks at these events from the perspective of time having passed, and it looks back at the paradoxical nature of this time that was both tragic but also a time of extraordinary connectedness and deeply, deeply felt emotions. The lasting goodbye at the edge of profound separation. For the audience, it is an immersive experience, both life-affirming and engaging. The origin of the piece was, well, it came about because I felt that I needed to do something to help raise awareness towards the situation with kauri, who were, threatened with extinction and still are. It's ongoing. And I was looking for a way that I could connect an audience to the story on an emotional level, to a story that otherwise might get mired in the science and lose the audience. I find creating is a process of manifestation, and there's a framework using chakras. And what I find is that you have an idea and it comes from the cosmos, and it begins to form in your mind's eye. You begin to see it. You can feel how it might work. You can see how it might work. You can see the people that would come to it. You can almost see it performed in your mind, and then it moves down and you bring voice to it. You talk about it. You talk about it with your friends, your loved ones, your fellow theatre practitioners, and you get feedback. Is it a good idea? Is it not? And it begins to become a passion. And you've got to bring a lot of heart to it. And as it moves down from the cosmos down towards the earth, you bring people to it, and it becomes, there are more obstacles involved, more roadblocks, and you need incredible willpower to get through those. And then so on and so forth, and you overcome all fears, and eventually you present it live to an audience. So that's a process of manifesting. It's an idea that comes out of the cosmos, and you bring it into the realm of the physical. And I found that really helpful, really empowering. But anyway, once I have the seed of the idea, once I have a premise formed, a man coping with the loss of his partner to cancer as the trees around the house are dying from kauri dieback. I then like to start small. I write small. I write about moments. I write about conversations. And, if he said this, what would the response be? If he did that, what would the consequences be? And at this stage, I don't like to be too prescriptive with what's going to happen. I don't like to think about how it might end or which direction it's going to be. I just like to let it evolve. I like to write them and collect these moments and these conversations and let them breathe. Then at a later stage where I'm pulling it all together, I find that because it's already a document of my flow of consciousness, I find that it comes together in some kind of meaningful way that I can massage into a first draft. And at this stage, I like to intersperse my writing with doing some kind of exercise. And for me, generally, it's running on a running machine. And I do that while I'm listening to music. And I find that my subconscious solves scriptural problems while my body is involved in a mindless mechanical process. The two seem to work well together. And for Ghost Trees, I did a lot of listening to Nick Cave, Leonard Cohen, Nina Simone, Fiona Apple, Strauss's last 4 songs, opera, anything that's inspirational. And I think probably 2 really good pieces of advice that work for me anyway is to, at a very early stage, is to bring people to the project. And so I find that if I have a good premise, it's very easy to, like I say, give voice to the work. And at this, for Ghost Trees, I started talking with my friend and director Paul Gittins, who became involved very early on, and he was there all the way through script development and was there to read the scripts and give feedback. And I also talked to Diane Blomfield, the producer at Going West Writers Festival, as I live in the Titirangi district. Going West Writers Festival, the plight of Kauri at the moment, it seemed like a meaningful story. So both of them liked the parallel idea of Kauri dieback and cancer. So it was very easy to get people on board, very easy to sell the idea. And in fact, you know, if you're telling meaningful stories, you attract people to the work. You don't have to sell it. What challenges in creating a solo work? Doing it. There's so many. You have to develop a routine, and you have to keep going at it. And that's the advantage of bringing people to it early on. You find that they'll give you support. They bolster the process, and that makes it easier. And my experience, like yours, is it's unique. Nobody else has that. Nobody else can speak to that. And so your voice is valid.